Okay. I did not plan this at all. I mean, not even really pre-thought. And really, I've been having quite a deep experience of mind, both emotion, but insights, potent, coming through me, potency coming through me. Very potent, very potent. Well, there's so many things about about the autism. I am filling out the good background form for the CADE assessment coming up here on the 21st. And I took great offense to the way they framed some questions. And that just brought on a great deal of reflection and then opening to insights. Regarding, because the way they describe things are not my experience. I have deep, great, I could write a book about it, but I need help because obviously I don't do things in advance. I'm not very good at putting a plan together. I'm too much just raw right there. I'm in the respond. I'm not one that in work situation, that all I ever was managing, because I can both see the detail and the big picture, and I'm good at seeing everything. I don't know how I got on that, but the form anyway. Well, maybe I was supposed to, because I don't know why my intuition just said pick up the camera. There was so much to say, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm starting a freaking Autism Insights playlist, because thanks to the wonderful intake form, I already had the initial assessment that was, just an office visit and with both the whatever she was, and then the actual anyway, making the autism playlist, because as I fill out the form, I'll tell you, they say, please list your primary concerns. And, I guess I should say my experience, my experience of what my neurodivergence is a heightened awareness of multiple incoming avenues of information from potentially multiple, this environment in the three-dimensional, of course. One always has to try to remain there as much as possible as well, at least so you know where you are, what you're doing. But honey, so many, the energies nearby, the people's energy nearby, the cumulative energy over in an area, can be all kinds of things that might come around. Then there's also the specific loud screams of a heart, or possibly they're injured in an accident or something. There's all kinds of things that come at you. Me. Oh no. Incoming information, of course, the heart. This is my main thing now, because it's all about connecting to Mother Earth. Anyway, yes, it's hard for me to stay on one track because I get easily distracted because there's so many tracks to keep track of. And so why do I have a problem as I age with all my memory problem? Because, well, I was teeny tiny when I was aware that I was ingesting. I was the watcher. Only perceiving, not making a sound. Fear. Dance off your fears. Away. So, for me, my neurodivergence means that I have multiple incoming. Too much. In many cases, it feels like too much. And so most autism spectrum, many autism spectrum, cannot deal with it. Can't take so much in, can't take so much in, can't take so much in. Can't take so much in. Okay, well, humanity on the brink of evolution. I believe we are on the spectrum. No freaking way are we. Disability. You could just count me off of that one. I'm on the AS. Disability? Are you? I have a T extra ability. Payate. I ain't no disability. Quality. Dude. Extra ability. Because once the ability to coagulate, make coherence to bring in who to pay attention to who and who process it. From a junte into this junte. Process it into a form that can't be thought about in this three-dimensional world and carried forward. Like, most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing in this three-dimensional world. I've quite fumbled through it, have I not? Quite fumbled through it. I stayed right at the very edge, as close to the office I could. I never was in this world. You'll find out when I read my book, but as it is, when I was pre-18, I did not go to college. I moved into an ashram, and I lived 4 years. I went in an ashram and spiritual college. And the next chapter. Anyway, I keep forgetting where my train of thought goes because I realize that, yes, I do go. Of course I do. There's so many tendrils. And while I've learned to bring them in, understand a certain amount of what's going on, like I'll explain in a second with the next part of the question, experience is that I'm blessed and I do not have problems. I do not have a disability. I, in fact, have extra ability because it's an ability to coagulate multiple dimensional things all at the same time. So the reason why I have memory problems, so pardon me, I'll get back to that one. Look, I got back to it. Because since I was tiny, I was aware of so much, and I was bringing it in and putting it in all in slots in my brain. Very quickly, because I was on a very high frequency all the time. I said, am I? very high frequency all my life, so it's like, putting it all together, allowing my inner self to have the forward multiple times in my life. It's like, oh, you want to take the wheel as I'm about to pull over in this blizzard when I can't see a foot in front of me? You want to take the wheel? I'm going to trust you. And I kept my arms stance there ready when they said, okay, it's yours. But I let them take it. And that went 5 minutes. And I knew I was fine. I knew it. I knew I was still on the road, even though I couldn't see it. Gosh darn thing. But these experiences, many times where I had to go over and over again, over and over and over again, because I keep not trusting. I don't trust when you give me power. I make wrong things happen too much. You shouldn't trust me with it because I'm not trustworthy, I say. What? Those tears away, my girl. My child. You're doing it anyway. Regardless. Caliente, Kai. So, anyway. So there's, it's already used up. By the time I'm 16, I've filled out half my slots, and I have to be really creative now and micromanage and move them around, make the slots super tiny so I can pack it in. And one time I told my almost partner before, my mom, forget it. Anyway, you'll find out. I told him, I think what it is, why people can't be around me, why I stop watches, besides the high energy I got during my birth. I have an intensity, of course, yes, intense. That's part of my Pluto, reaching to conjunct my Sun, and reaching to conjunct my Mercury over here, sitting in my IC. I have an intensity, but what I also have is a density of that intensity. And so that's why I can hold the whole day. I can feel I feel the whole of Mother Earth feel. Who they feel her whole. Only 6s and 5s today, and the 4s and stuff. Nothing bigger today. I can feel her completely. Oh. I love my nature so much. Kiane, my mommy. She my heart. My heart. My heart. Okay, I love you. Mother Earth, I love you so much. Goodness, I've been an astrologer since I was 11, and while I have at times CADE acquired free versions of astrology programs, I never use them. I still prefer my paper. I mean, I go to Astro.com to make my charts, to have all the people I need charts for, and to look at what the transits are doing to the charts. But other than that, I haven't done I don't have a fancy program to do anything. So I do appreciate watching all the people that show all those fancy things, like, all the extras. Whatever, just, but I don't want any more electronics, because we're losing the electronics, dude. We don't need more of that. The idea of learning to do it on paper is probably a good thing. Sorry. I'll probably cut all this out and, just use parts of this thing. Anyway, there's a way to do all that. I need to learn. I mean, just not very inclined, partially because I'm very sensitive to Wi-Fi, and I have everything hardwired in the house. Right now I have the Bluetooth on, but which I haven't noticed a problem with really specifically yet. But Wi-Fi definitely, and cell phones if I'm holding them, and they're struggling to find signal specifically. I have strong a problem, but I have carpal tunnel in both, and they get numb very easily, very quickly. And any kind of a cell phone signal, if I'm in the room, if I'm working out, if I had a Wi-Fi mount, no way. Within 1 minute, I would have this creeping numbness going on my arm, almost like like I gotta shake it. It's like, give me a plug-in. I can't work that one, So some people who are extremely sensitive energetically are also responding when there are Wi-Fi signals around them. That's an additional factor that we're perceiving or having to digest, having to incorporate, having to respond to, that because we're extra sensitive. Clothing, me, I love color, but all my life I shop at thrift stores, except for the short period of time that I was an independent contractor for this one company, even though I was really their manager, office manager. But he was like, no, if you want to raise, you got to be an independent contractor. Why? Okay. Whatever. So anyway, during this one period, I bought my organic bed, my organic bedding, some organic clothing. I was going to town, get, organic stuff. The care for the self organically. But that was a very short period of time. About all my life, I buy thrift stores. So, and I need, part of my thing, very sensitive. I can't wear tight things. I haven't worn a bra in freaking years. I wear, men's type undershirts. What do you call them? Just the tank thing. That's I wear that as undershirt. I'm wearing undershirt under my shirt. It's loose. I need things loose. Nothing can be tight. I can't wear jeans. I do when I lawn mow, weed eat, or walk. If I'm hiking in places where there are snakes, potential snakes, I will also wear my loose type jeans that I have. Anyway, but normally never. I only wear really, really, really loose things and really big things because I'm really, really comfortable in really big things. I really like big things, and they're comfortable. I feel always I'm like a pixie or something. I'm like a little pixie or something. I was even when I was 6 or 7 maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was 8, 7 probably. I was in a play at school and I was a pixie. Yeah, I was a pixie. Even then, I guess it came through. Anyway, the whole idea is that, clothing, my favorites are the oldest, worn, soft, some of them are threadbare, And I mean, this big shirt that I'm wearing now, it's bears. This wonderful green color with my bears. Mommy, I love my bears. I love all my animals. I love this shirt. It's so soft and warm and green and with my bears on it. I just love this shirt. But it's big. I have to roll it way up. I don't care. I love it. And I don't care what I look like. I mean, now, I try to make myself at least fit in a little bit when I have to go somewhere like, a doctor office and stuff like this. you know. But, you know, I mean, it's a long story, but I actually do have dentures. Thanks to my my late sister, when she passed, I ended up with a teeny bit of money, just enough to go through the UF dental school, where the students do the work and they're overseen. It takes forever, but you know, they get the work done right, because every little teeny tiny thing they do is overseen. Anyway, very cheap. So it was like, you know, $1,000 full set. And but you know, I don't put that toxic glue in my mouth. Are you kidding me? Have you read the labels on those things? Gee, many crickets. No freaking way. And they don't stay in my mouth without the glue. I have narrow something, and they don't stick right. Whatever. But they're a hassle and a half. Oh no, more than that. Because my diet, I eat all day long. I eat, right now my tummy is growling. I need my second breakfast. I need my third. I'm a hobbit. That's the other thing. I'm like a hobbit, because I'm more like graze, or, you know, forage. It's like I have a meal every hour or two. A little mini meal every hour or two. Like that. I mean, my first in the morning is my biggest thing, I guess. But it takes me forever, and my second breakfast is the rest of my first. Oatmeal that I hadn't finished is my second breakfast. So, you know, it whatever. But what I'm saying, I can't eat with my teeth. Doesn't work. They don't glue in well enough to end up with food up between them, and then it's like they're coming loose. I'm like, I'm never eating with these things in. Are you freaking kidding me? And enjoy eating? No, I don't even enjoy eating pudding with those things in. Whitney Colinde. And so, and it takes a half hour to put them in. Oh, did I mention it's not organic, all natural pine resin glue that comes from Germany? You buy 2 of those, you know, like a small size, travel size, almost a little bit bigger than a travel size, but 2 small tubes. When I last bought it 2 years ago, it was $38 for the 2 tubes, 2 small tubes. And I'm almost finished with that second tube now. And it's like it's a part of the whole, you know, why do I not care what I look like autism thing or something? Well, no, I actually care very much about my experience of life and my comfort and ability to drink and eat when I need to eat and drink, and not have to, I didn't tell you that part. It takes an hour to take them out. Literally. Because to take them out, hour and a half to complete washing, cleaning them in their little denture cleaner stuff. But you have to work them off. Yeah, it's good pine resin glue. I do give it that. But I can't eat with them in, so I have to take them out. And I'm like, okay. Eventually they come out. But then you have to get a whole bunch of paper towels, which I can't afford. So, but you need a whole bunch of paper to like scrape your gums, scrape all the glue, scrape. Very uncomfortable, not good for the gums. It's very uncomfortable. Sometimes I end up scraping my gum with my nail by accident. You know, it's like, no, an hour and a half taking them out. So how long? 2 hours. If I'm hungry, you know, whatever, an hour and a half, I have to wait. And I have to be in a place where I can do all that, where I have access to papers, paper to scrape. And it's like, no, I don't go out to eat. I mean, I might go and, not really eat much. But my preference for, socializing is not food. It's like, let's go do something fun. Let's go do something fun. Let's hit the beach. I don't know. Go down a water slide. I don't know. So, concerns. The negative connotation. I have concerns about my autism. What are my concerns? Well, my concerns are not negative. The next question are, how long have these problems been present? Oh, you can see why I don't like that part of the form. I filled out the whole rest of it. But this on the first page is like, I have these 3 little parts. It's like, dude, these don't rock with me. How long have these problems been present? How long have I been able to see into the future and into the past and know things like what you're feeling right now, sir? Maybe even what's going on in your stomach or your body. I can see health issues lots of times. People don't realize what they're projecting. Even their thoughts. People don't realize when they are projecting thoughts and when they are holding. Some people do. You can tell, obviously. You can eye the people that are perceiving. Through more than just a 3-dimensional receptivity. We are in the middle of a humanity consciousness evolutionary leap to more knowing, more inputs from the universe, from all kinds of avenues, all kinds of the heart essence of our heart connected to everything. The timelessness of the universe is ours. We own the universe. Not say own, that brings a connotation for most, I guess. That's not. For me, it doesn't bother me, but for most, I guess it would bring a connotation. But we own the universe within our hearts. Yeah. Very much joy. So, problems. No. And then the next, the other one. Are they getting worse? Are they getting better? Or are they staying about the same? It's like, I continue to grow every day. My symptoms of elevated consciousness are definitely growing. I mean, but how do I answer this? Oh my Lord. Yes, I do things like hand motions, but I know why I do. I know why I'm aware when I'm doing it because I'm a watcher, and I've always been a watcher, even of myself, since I was tiny. Tiny, I've been a watcher of myself, subjective watcher. 2. That's why I say I have ego. It's a negative ego that I fed myself, but I don't have like the ego that you think of. Okay, we'll do more later. It does feel like near the end here for now. But I know I didn't wrap it all up. There's so much to say. So, yeah, here we go. We have an autism discussion playlist. It's I haven't done much on my astrology one yet, but once I start cooking there, I'm sure I will. But these things, a lot of this has to do with while I'm paying attention or speaking, paying attention on one level, I'm also making sure that I'm continuing to follow what I'm following here. I'm listening to this on another plane, another input, and I'm just keeping track of it. I'm just like letting it come in and like, acknowledging it while I'm talking with you. It's a whole nother thing. It's an awareness of, stuff, whatever. It's all coming in. And so I use it as a tool, what they call symptoms. I call tools to keep track of the different. Sometimes I do use emotion as a blocker. If the energy somewhere is too grand and I need to, I'm like trying to pay attention to two things over here, but there's like a blast of something. Sometimes I will use one motion that works to internally create a block. So it's, like that's the blocker. While over here, my foot's tapping because I'm on one level over here. But now I'm talking to you. So I'm obviously keeping track of that as well, But that's the kind of thing. I am aware of that happening. I've been sitting there, I'll be like, oh, look, I'm blocking out all that sadness from that desk over there. I didn't know it was there. Now that I know it's there, I don't necessarily need to do that. I can do it, Maya, and not have it affect me. But before I could consciously recognize that it was there, it was just a blast that I had to block. Once I looked and realized what is it I'm blocking, I can digest it and say, oh, okay, Rene, put it away, put it in my brain, put it in it. So yeah, when you have so many different avenues, it's like dimensional, this dimension, from here, from there. How are you supposed to go back and look for a certain thing once you get older? No. So what ends up happening for me, anyway, for myself, I'll end up doing is basically jumping on that where I let them drive the car. And I just keep laughing and enjoying joy. Blessed with communion with everyone. That's what I imagine my oldest age. I'm going to be so blessed out. It's a wonderful thing. Oh my God. Kiyamaya. Let the universe take it. Whatever you have, let the universe take it. Just give it up. It's yours. Rene. Honey. My love to all of you, sweet ones, the sour ones too. Queen, I love all of you. No, I'm sorry, Trump. I'm sorry. You have to be loved. You know, it's funny. I was in a gas station after the last, big election. Some guy, I was standing in the line to pay inside the little store. And some guy walked in, was on his way to head over to the whatever, buy a drink or something. And he glanced over and he saw me, and he kind of took a look back, like I'd blasted him with something horrific. And he said, "You voted for Biden, didn't you?" And I was like, I should have said what I was feeling, which is, "Oh, does my burst of love offend you? Does the love give me away? What is it? What is it gives it away? Is it the love shining from me? You just can't stand being loved. I see your heart hurting. I see you frantically hurting, gasping. It's okay." So, of course, knowing me, I didn't answer that. Instead, as he continued over to the, out of my view, over to get his drink, I "No, I voted for Bernie." I'm just getting this going. I knew it. Go, Mercury, you little mischievous one. Yes, Mercury. I'm Mercury through and through. I travel according to. Oh, this is the King Tiki. I can't say no. Bless you, my beings of light. May you shine brightly and realize good day you're shining, and allow your shining brightness to shine and shine. Hi. I love you. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.